Don't start interpreting yet. In this speech, I will discuss houseplants, my personal experience with them, the benefits that they can offer, the sustainability implications of houseplants, and some advice on how to be more sustainable when growing and owning houseplants. The speech will begin now. Ladies and gentlemen, like everyone else, I get stressed. But what better way to combat this than watching something grow from a seedling into a full-grown plant? As you can probably tell from my background, today I'm going to talk about houseplants. And on this windowsill, I have many types of houseplants. I have herbs such as basil and parsley, and I have tropical plants such as monstera and pothos, which are native to the rainforest. And I have grown all of these from my flat in the north of England. But why should we grow plants indoors? Well, I'm sure we've all heard about the benefits of going out into nature. However, for some, this is very hard to incorporate into their daily life. Some people don't have gardens or have very busy schedules and can't fit a trip into their local park. Fortunately, a study published in the Journal of Physiological Anthropology in 2015 concluded that houseplants can have a similar effect on your health than going out into nature. Houseplants lower physiological and psychological stress, and this is not the only study of its kind. Other studies have shown that houseplants can boost your mood and can even increase productivity. Personally, houseplants have also given me a sense of responsibility towards nature and have motivated me to make more sustainable choices, such as contacting my representatives to encourage them to support local green initiatives. Though owning houseplants can be very sustainable, for example, you can grow food from your kitchen windowsill. Like every industry, the houseplant industry is subject to greenwashing. A lot of the plants that we buy in the UK or order to our homes are grown in large-scale commercial greenhouses. These greenhouses are incredibly energy and water intensive. Often we expect our houseplants to be fully grown by the time they reach us. So a succulent, for example, may spend 1.5 years growing in one of these facilities. This may seem insignificant in isolation, but imagine the energy and resources needed to grow 100,000 plants. In addition to this, just like any other product, the transporting of plants contributes to emissions. This is known as plant miles. A lot of houseplants in the UK are actually imported from other countries. These include nearby countries such as the Netherlands and Belgium, but can also include countries further afield. For example, we get a lot of our orchids from Indonesia. Unfortunately, these plants have very demanding needs when they are transported. They need to be kept in certain heat and humidity conditions and cannot be stacked on top of each other. This all reduces the energy efficiency of transporting plants. In addition to this, plants often come with a number of accessories. One such accessory is nursery pots, which is the plastic pots that you often see plants sold in. Unfortunately, these pots are not widely recycled in the UK. Plants need to be grown in soil, but unfortunately, a lot of the soil that these plants are sold in contains peat. Peat bogs are a significant carbon sink and have contributed to taking 3 billion tonnes of CO2 out of the atmosphere. They're also the home to many endangered species and act as natural flood defences. But in extracting this peat for commercial use in soils, CO2 is released into the atmosphere, animal habitats are destroyed, and these peat bogs dry out. But not all hope is lost. I will give you 4 tips on how to start or continue your houseplant journey sustainably. Firstly, and most importantly, you need to do your research. You probably want to fill your home with all sorts of tropical plants, but A lot of these plants are very demanding and need strict sunlight and humidity conditions that you simply cannot meet in your own home. There has also been an influx in designed to die plants. These businesses are smart and they know that if they sell you a plant that you can't keep alive in your own home, you will keep coming back every few months to repurchase it. Some plants to avoid would be orchids and poinsettias. Instead, I would opt for beginner-friendly plants and plants that are well suited to your lifestyle and your home. For example, if you have low light in your home, you may be better off getting a snake plant. Or if you're quite forgetful, the pothos plants are very forgiving in terms of their watering schedule. Secondly, I would urge you to avoid buying plastic pots for your plants. Instead, opt for second-hand or ceramic pots. Not only does this reduce plastic waste that can't be recycled, but it can turn your houseplants into a decorative feature of your home. You will inevitably end up with some of these plastic nursery pots, but they can be reused in the future. Thirdly, you should source your plants sustainably. You can actually get a lot of plants for free from your friends and family. You just need to know how to propagate plant cuttings. To do this, you just need a windowsill, some sunlight, and some water. There might even be a local plant cutting swap event in your area. You can use some of the plastic pots you saved earlier. My fourth and final point is when you are looking to repot your plant, opt for peat-free soil mix. There are now many options available on the UK market, and this is a reality that we will have to get used to as the government aims to completely get rid of the sale of soil containing peat in the UK by 2030. To conclude, I encourage you to grow plants in your own home, but you should be careful to do your research, ensure that you are not using unnecessary plastic, source your plants sustainably, and opt for peat-free soil mixes. I hope you have found this advice useful, and I hope it has reminded you that every choice is a step towards a sustainable future. Thank you for listening.